Boom. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing all right. Happy Thursday. Tuesday. Man, I misread that. I think I was expecting it to be a little bit closer to the weekend than it actually is. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, 4 p.m. Woo. Hopefully something on a tortilla for dinner tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the look. That's the whole office right there. That's the new set. Obviously, you can see the breakfast set in the back, but it's a two-person thing. If you remember when we streamed the karate combat fight in Singapore, I had AJ in the crowd. So it was a lot of fun. So there's that. Boom. There's the new set. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you do a little tapping of the heart on X. Make sure you smash the like on YouTube. I know you guys are like super good at that all the time. I got YouTube pulled over here. I can look at the analytics. It is always a 100% ratio of likes to views. My goal is to get you X viewers up. X, it's so stupid. Twitter. Get you guys on Twitter to start liking, hitting the heart, liking the video there on Twitter. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to the chat. I see we got needs a Gotti logo in the back. That's not a bad idea. We'll see. See how we do that. Maybe we'll get a hat made or something. You never know. Shout out to my chat. I do see some folks in the house. Breezy in the house. We got Blocky. We got Mike Volmer. Greg. What's up, my guy? Doom. Shout out to everybody in chat. Appreciate you guys being here. You can get into the chat over on X. It's real easy. Usually you just twist your phone. You go from like landscape to portrait and bada boom, bada bing. You can like the video. You can start chatting, doing all that stuff, or just start touching your screen. You'll figure it out. I know that everybody's excited. Cautious optimism, 64.1. It was just 64.3. We're back down to 64.1. I'm sure we're going to see some volatility. We've been looking at some things in the chart. I've been talking with AJ. You know, if you zoom out on Bitcoin, things are very interesting. We're at a very interesting point. It's kind of a make it or break it point for September, and then hopefully leading into October. So we'll get into the numbers towards the tail end of the show. We'll be looking at a lot more charts, possibly making an entry into something on our portfolio. I see Caspa is down 2% today. I really like where this is at, to be honest with you. It had broken. It had really it looks like it's really hard to judge. I think we've got to redraw some of the lines. And so we'll do that. It had, the other day it had broken support, and maybe we were going to start a new way of structuring this, but we'll see. This may be coming back down to the trend line if we fix something. So we'll take a look at all that stuff later and possibly add that one in. It's looking juicy. The chart looks good. It's not terribly pumpy like a lot of the other ones are, so we're not chasing anything. Again, in fact, it's down right now, and it really hasn't done a whole lot when we zoom out. It's been in a somewhat of a tight range since let's see here, August of like the 17, to high 15 cents or whatever. And so we'll hopefully get an idea on something today. If we're going to add that looks prime, or at least we'll start looking at that one a little bit closer. That was a hold off for now, but whatever. Things change, right? Our minds change. We'll get in some articles. We'll talk about the Iggy Azalea thing. People calling for 70K Bitcoin next, 64, back to 64.3 right now. So I expect some sharp volatility. We've got some whales moving their Bitcoins, some Satoshi-era whales moving some Bitcoins. Good for them. I always love that people start freaking out, and you got people that are so worried about that stuff. I mean, I get that controls a lot of the market and stuff, but let those people make their money. Who cares? Let them do their thing. That's what everybody's here to try to make money. Let the whales try to. They should be rewarded the best. Federal judges are getting skewered by the SEC. Like to see that. Time for you to step down, Gary. Time to step down. Smash the like if you think Gary Gensler should step down as the chairman of the SEC. I think we all should. Smash the like if you think that would be a good idea. And then we'll get into some other stories, some Web3 gaming stuff, what is going on this week there, Poly Market. Again, then we'll get into the numbers and the charts. So, appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I think that would be advantageous. Crypto will have ass. This party sparked a lot of controversy in Singapore. There's a lot of negative comments about guys in crypto. There's a lot of negative comments about How is this going to bring mass adoption? How is this going to bring more women into the space? I mean, there's nobody that's you're ever going to 100% appease the masses. However, I think I have seen some people's comments saying, hey, listen, there was a crypto people, there was a community, they were having fun. Did some people get carried away? I potentially, I wasn't there. I don't know. I think that nobody needs to apologize for parties. And if it was cringe, I'm really honestly like, not that I would call it cringe. People call it cringe because it's not the norm, right? I think you really got to evaluate normal crypto parties. A lot of them are somewhat tame. They can be nerdy. Some have a really good time. I would say, I think I would like, yo, you out of here? AJ's out of here. Later, bro. No, you're good. You're good. I would think if you guys don't know who Honest and Six are here in the crypto and Web3 space, I'm wondering, honestly, what a collaboration party between those guys, the Board Mafia and Iggy Azalea would be like. I think that would be probably the wildest party that crypto has ever seen, 100% hands down. I feel like there's very, very, very similar vibes coming from both of those camps. I think that would be a collaboration party I would like to attend. Let's look at the chat. No one outside of crypto even remembers Iggy Azalea and definitely has no clue what happened in Singapore. Oh, tell AJ to tune into Blocky Space. Yeah, I'll shoot him a message. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? Let me know down in the chat. If you guys got a link to that, you can drop that in the chat here on YouTube. I don't think we can find a way to get to the YouTube folks, or send it to me, DM me that, and I will get it posted in the chat this way. Yeah, I know House Hippo. This is not JChains. This is his younger brother. 100%. This is the younger, way more attractive version of the guy without a beard. But obviously, the JChains we all know and love, that is fully bearded. That is our guy. He's our homie, our dude. But he'll come back. He's just taking a little break. That's probably not going to be able to help you guys. I don't know if you can copy that link there, but I think I can get it off the YouTube over here, and then I will send that out to make sure. Here we go. To my ex people, I am going to repost this out. Quote, "Come hang the night." All right, so now you can find the link to that through my X account. So if you guys are watching on X, make sure you go to my account. You can back out of the video. It'll still probably play, or you can come right back to it. You're not going to miss anything. But set a reminder and go to Blocky Space tonight. That's your mission. And then when you come back, you only have to do it one time. I did it for exaggeration. That's like enlarged to show detail on the cereal box. That was just for drama, for dramatization. Smash a like, hit the heart, do the things. Iggy Azalea Motherland rodeo party caused controversy. Let's see, what are they saying here? Why is this? Iggy Azalea threw a party for her meme coin mother in Singapore last Friday following the 2 crypto conferences in the region. It received backlash. Crypto will have ass, she proclaimed. She clapped back, is what they said. Let's see. They hired people to dance on stage with attendees. I know there was money flying around. There was degeneracy. That's what this is saying. Let's see. Former Sushi Swap CTO Joseph DeLong sarcastically replied to a video of a partygoer dry humping one of the hired dancers. Oh, you're abusing people. So that's hilarious. Set Cryptback reputation by a decade or so. Another Twitter responded to the clip, while others called the party cringe and goofy based on what they saw. Yeah, everybody saw this one. The banana costume. That guy almost lost his passport. That would have been terrible. That would have just been absolutely brutal. Let's see. Anyway, if you guys are on crypto Twitter, you understand what's going on here. We can move to the next story, get into something a little bit more serious, and then we're gonna blast through these because bands of $1 bills. She brought like a whole damn suitcase of US ones with her, and that thing definitely was. Those were crispy ones. That ain't America. No way. No, that's Singapore. All right. Hey, shout out to you, Ellie. Shout out to 6 a.m. Doug. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to the fam in the chat. Let's go. I appreciate you guys. Smash a like for yourself. You don't have to do it for me anymore. You're just doing it for yourselves for being here. When you get here, you're like, I like me. You're talking about yourselves at that, obviously. So, 70K next for Bitcoin. China joins Fed in huge macro event. Bitcoin traders are getting divisive while Bitcoin price action bides its time as more central bank policy easing is announced. Global market optimism follows China policy easing. Let's see here. China's central bank, the People's Bank of China, announced a 50 basis point cut in its reserve requirement ratios, the amount of funds banks must hold in reserve this week. Okay. This signals that monetary policy easing, as announced by both the United States Federal Reserve and European Central Bank, among others this month, is becoming a global phenomenon. The result is music to the ears of crypto bulls. Oh. There we go. Let's see. The 4.15% rally in the Shanghai Composite Index, or the SSE, today was driven by the PBOC's significant stimulus measures, marking a pivotal moment for global markets. QPC wrote, referencing the day Asia trading session stock gains. The 50 basis point cut in reserve requirement ratios, or the RRR, freeing up 1 trillion yuan for lending, coupled with a 50 billion yuan funding program for stock market investment, has sparked optimism across global markets. A wave of global easing, they're calling it. Here we go. This is from Julian Battel. We've been writing about this all year in Global Macro Investor. China is still mirrored in deflation, and that can only mean one thing: more cowbell. And literally, it's the only game in town right now. And guess what? Yep, bullish for Bitcoin. We going up. We going up. Smash the like, hit the heart if you like Bitcoin going up. That's for Bitcoin. That ain't even for me. Smash the like for Bitcoin. Hopefully they didn't blow your eardrums out. I might have put the volume up a little bit higher on the second time. So if I blew your eardrums, my bad ski. Here we go. Another Satoshi-era Bitcoin whale moving coins after 15 years. Just like last week, another miner from the early days come back to life. Swimming with the whales. Listen, I have like no problem with this. And if people want to take some money and take some profits, we know Bitcoin's ready to rip. They're like, you know what? This is my time. Maybe I want to pay the house off finally. I've been patient. They want to do, whatever they want to do. Good for the whales, man. They were patient. They should be able to do as they please. But hey, we're going to read about it, and when people are going to write about it, people are going to worry about it, and I get it. But the unidentified Bitcoin user who mined some of the earliest blocks is now sending their Bitcoin to Kraken. Here we go. This person holds $77 million. Come on, let the guy cash some fucking cheese, man. And let him get some chicken, This one, let's see. They've already moved 10 Bitcoin, or about 630 grand, to the exchange in 3 separate transactions. The miner woke up on chain. The miner wants to make some money after watching their holdings grow from $474,000 to $80 million. Jeepers. Man, talk about making the right move. Good for this person. Whoever you are, if you happen to be listening to this show and you're like, man, that's me. Congratulations. Wow, that's huge. One day, I hope the rest of us that are listening and are participating in the crypto ecosystem, then one of our investments will go from that to that. Maybe not as big, maybe not 80 milli, but several milli is good enough for me. 10 to 20 is really my number. 50 is what I'm projecting, so that if I fall short, I'm all right. That's kind of my goal here. So we'll see. What else do we know? Here we go. We can take a look at some of these pictures. They're over on the Twitter sphere. A Bitcoin whale, $77 million bind first two. Oh, flying in the first 2 months as well. Wow. Here we go. What do we got? Boop. That's very touchy. Price. There's some transactional history of this whale. Here's the Arkham trail of the whale. There you go. Whoo-wee. Good for you, pal. Good for you. That's exciting. Shout out to the crypto whales. Shout out to the OGs. Actually, shout out to everybody. Guess what? You're here in crypto already. How much of a massive opportunity is this going to be for you, right? So make sure, we talk about this on the morning show. Make sure that you start learning and following your best practices, right? You've got to find your profit-taking strategies. You got to know when to get out, scale in, scale out, all the things, right? So make sure you join us in the morning, and then come learn some things and come up to the stage and chat with us. I love that. I love when we get new people in the community coming up to chat, maybe even for their first time in a space. That's like one of my favorite things that ever happens. We have it often. So make sure you guys tune in at 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. That's when we do the Web3 breakfast. Monday's a special day where we do it. I host it through the Crypto Mag account. But Tuesday through Friday, we're business as usual. So make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you tap in. A lot of old wallets woke up this month. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're getting ready for the big show. I think it would make sense for people to want to have their ducks in an order, right? And say this person just wants to do a little day trading with it. You never know. Maybe they're done being a maxi. Who knows? Either way, we got some old Bitcoin moving. That always sparks some interest and people get excited. Here we go. This week, here's another article from our friends at Decrypt. This week in crypto games, we got Flappy Bird on Telegram, Dookie Dash returned, and the new Hamster Combat season. What do we got? Let's go through this. Let's see. These are our friends at GG. Flappy Bird on Telegram. The iconic mobile game Flappy Bird has officially returned as a crypto-tinged Telegram game after disappearing 10 years ago. Flappy Bird is back in collaboration with Notcoin. That's awesome. There's been a lot of controversy and pushback regarding it, how it returned to life without the involvement of the original creator, Dong Nguyen. All right, well, maybe then it's just a reskin. If he's not involved, I don't know how that works. Unless he sold the rights to it, then it wouldn't matter. Dookie Dash returns. Bored Ape Yacht Club creator Yuga Labs, partnered Studio Faraway, have released the sewer-based game Dookie Dash Unclogged as free-to-play game on iOS, Android, Mac, and PC. This comes more than a year after Yuga Labs rolled out the original NFT-gated version of the game during a limited play period. Here you go. You got 3-month-long seasons. You try to battle for the Golden Plunger. End of season tournament, $1 million worth of prizes up for grabs. If that's something that you are interested in getting part of, make sure you do that. Hamster Combat. We're just 4 days away from the Hamster Combat token launch and airdrop. I thought that got, is this still happening? Okay, well, that's a check. The latest Telegram game by far ended its first season on Friday ahead of sharing airdrop allocations over the weekend. That's where to do in the meantime before the next proper season launches. Hamster Combat has introduced an interlude season. There you go. Interlude season. Parallel first-person shooter. The creators of the popular NFT trading arm Parallel announced a 3D first-person shooter codenamed Project Tau City. There you go. All right. Well, there's some gaming news for you. In case you missed it, let's just go through this really quick. In case there's anything massive, we got to know. Gold Rush, new Telegram, tap to earn game launched with a future skill-based airdrop in the cards. Zynga's crypto gaming team spun out, formed a new company called D20 Labs, and announced a new game. Pixelverse expanded from a Telegram tapper to a web-based cyberpunk game with its beta launch. And the Catizen token launched on Friday. Some players were angry about the size of their airdrop allocations. How in the fuck are you going to complain about free money? Some people in the entitlement. That's Web3 for you. Man, forgot to get myself a water today. That was a bozo move. Here is an article out of Vogue. Now, anytime you see, guys, remember, you know me, I love seeing Web3 articles coming out of big publications, right? Vogue is one of those mainstream ones that probably your mom, your grandma, maybe some of your aunts are checking out. And so, hey, this may be something that comes across their desk or their iPad or wherever they get their Vogue news. But the ladies are getting the Vogue news. Not the gentlemen. Gentlemen are not following Vogue, I can tell you that. Anyway, the Web3 fashion brand combining generative AI, NFTs, and on-demand manufacturing. Colby Mugrabi's merch is launching a one of one collection of physical hoodies inspired by a crypto punk NFT and bedazzled with Swarovski crystals. I like that. Let's check this out. Merch, the Web3 neo culture brand started by Colby Mugrabi, is back with its second drop of one pieces tied to NFTs and art. Here we go. Do we get a picture of it? That's a cool little logo there. Is that it? Oh no. Okay, so that's an NFC chipped logo. Oh, that's cool. Do they have a? All right. This is also a great opportunity to get some Claire server artwork. He adds. What else did they say? Did they say anything about the punks? Here we go. Claire Silver has collaborated with Gucci. Seedfray says that he has received interest from the CryptoPunk community. That is one of the greatest things about the punk community. Punks support punks, and it's a little shielded from the market dynamics and fluctuations that we have recently experienced. They're keeping it up. CryptoPunks are the quiet luxury of the NFT space. Well, at one point, I think a lot of people thought that the Bored Ape were going to have that as well, but that was a fall from grace. Wow, yeah, CryptoPunks definitely maintained their stature for sure. It was the ultimate convergence of worlds in a way I truly believe that few individuals can do today. This is coming from Mugrabi. This blend is by design. She adds, one of my main goals is for the brand to be a creative conduit between worlds. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, like, again, these are articles. Something like this is an article that someone just normal is going to end up seeing. And so that's why I wanted to look at it really quick. I mean, you can find stuff like this. We find different articles that we read every day because we're looking at different sites. But again, when I see something like in a Vogue or in a different publication where you typically aren't going to see a blockchain, Web3, or crypto article, that is definitely something to check out just to see what the normies are reading. So, all right, there we go. I believe this is our last story for the day, and then we're going to get into the numbers. The numbers, boys. Polymarket bet for 2024 U.S. presidential election. Winner crosses the $1 billion mark. I got Polymarket pulled up right here, and you can see right here that is absolutely the case. There is $1 billion put on the presidential election winner 2024, and it is currently showing 50% Kamala Harris, 48% Donald Trump. Very interesting. We'll see how that goes. That's something we could probably maybe add into our daily view. It's just like, hey, where are we at? What does crypto think? I'd like to know. I wonder if there is. Let's see. It'd be nice to know if it would show you what the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the analytics of how correct this actually is, this whole ecosystem, right? I want to find that out. Got to find the percentage of wins and losses on Polymarket because we got to see how good of an indicator is this. Does anybody know? If you know the answer to that, you can drop that down in the chat. But all right. It's accurate statistics. Absolutely. Like if this thing is wrong, like 90% of the time, like then there's nothing to boast other than the earnings and revenue that the platform is generating. But let's go back to our story here. Polymarket crosses 1 billion for the presidential election. Kamala Harris leads the presidential market with, we saw that the odds, this says 51%, but it's 50% according to this. Maybe it's that's why it's 50 and 49. It's they just rounded it up to make it sound a little better on the article. Donald Trump follows with 48 winning odds and a bet around 163 million. The $1 billion total wager is a composite of numerous people Polymarket users believe will become the next president. Let's see. Maybe it tells us in this article. The decentralized prediction platform. Let's see. Which stuff we just went over. They placed $65 million on another Republican candidate winning through has a 1% chance of success. Predictions to dominate this. Platform using. Let's see. The election helped Polymarket surge in popularity this year, with the platform raising $45 million in May and considering a token launch aiming to garner an additional $50 million. What is this right here? Polymarket active traders. So trading has just absolutely gone explosive since April. Holy smokes. You are looking at some pretty good vertical growth for a platform there. So, like I said, even if this is the statistics are wildly inaccurate, these folks are doing, he's probably doing all right on some of the fees and stuff. That's it for that article on that. I really wonder what the win-loss percentage is for Polymarket. That's something we got to find out. Let me look. Has anybody put that in the chat? Was it around during the last elections? Ellie, I don't remember that. I don't think it was, but I could be absolutely wrong. But I'm not sure. I don't really know how it ultimately will affect, everything. I think that there will be a lot of negativity. There'll be a lot of fighting in the United States, much like, kind of what we have anyway, but it'll ultimately get worse. It'll be more divisive. That's just kind of what has just been happening, right? Like for whatever reason, we're not divisive by nature, but this is this bullshit news we get. It's this rhetoric. It's how we set the tone. It's how people are feeling, and obviously the economy doesn't help in any way, shape, or form. And so when people feel desperate, they start feeling more angry, or more, take more chances, or whatever they need to do. But yeah, stacking. I heard you saying 5 people in here haven't liked. Jeez Louise, YouTube, come on, do your thing. I appreciate you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure that's good to go by now. Appreciate you, my YouTube fam. X, come on, man, do the thing. Hit the heart. In a couple minutes, I'm gonna take a look, and I'll show you a little demo. We'll do a little demo of how to actually like a live video on YouTube or on X. It's very easy. It really doesn't cost you a whole lot of effort. It costs no dollars, and just like a little doot, like a wrist move and a doot, doot. That's it. That's it. Come on, fam. That's it. Ellie says I'm stacking food and bullets. I mean, honestly, like I've been starting to even think about go and trying to find like a shit ton of MREs just to have. You never know. This just seems to be getting really strange and just something to last. So in case the supermarkets go absolutely bonkers, get a couple jugs of water per person for a number of weeks, or as many water bottles as you can, and just hang on to that shit for just the foreseeable future. That's something I've been thinking about. I'm not there yet. I'm not a prepper, but maybe I'm just gonna add a little food to the cold storage. What's up, JChains? Things getting spicy. I don't know. I honestly don't even know. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Let's move into the numbers side of the show. Looking at the fear and greed index, things are actually improving. Obviously we're talking whales moving, Bitcoin pumping. It was 64.3 at the beginning of the show. I don't know where it is right now. I can refresh the page that I'm on. 64.3. It seemed to have the volatility, the momentary volatility seems to have chilled. But on the juicy, more dramatic site usually is Coin Stats, right? With the fear and greed index. They're showing a 54 today, 51 actually over on Coin Market Cap. So as you can see, Coin Market Cap's feeling a little spicy today. So let's see what happens here. Or obviously, as the tides turn to 51, Coin Stats, they want to be more dramatic, so they're feeling more pumpy. They're feeling more bullish. I see what's happening here. Now we're starting to read the room. Crypto markets in at 2.24 trillion, up maybe just under a 0.25% today. Really not doing a whole lot. Some things up, some things down, and for the most part, you got Let's see, Dog Whiff up 14%. You got, ooh, nice to see Gala up there almost 10% in the 2 cent range. Man, that thing's got a long way to go to catch all-time high, but we'll see whatever happens there. ICP, that was one that we wanted to add to the portfolio. Didn't get a chance to do that. Sweet, can't stop, won't stop, man. I just don't understand what's happening there. I hate buying pumps, but I feel like I might have to buy into that one just because. Love to see the graph up. Let's take a look at our portfolio. What are we up on the graph? As you know, and we'll get to the build in a little bit here. But we have we bought $1,000 in the graph. It's up to 1325. So we are up 30, almost 33% on that. No. Yeah. Yeah. 33%. Very good. 32.5%. So like that, I don't know if, we were talking in the morning show, when we get to the numbers, things seem kind of pumpy and, they may pump some more. But the whole idea of trying to maximize some of the profits in this particular portfolio, because remember, the action kicks off by October 1st, by 000, whatever it is, a UTC, October 1st, we will have the portfolio done. It'll be 5K in altcoins. Or in crypto. I think we're going to probably put some Bitcoin in, maybe. And then we're going to keep 1,000 in stable, right? And so by October 1st, by the beginning of October, so then when we wake up in the morning on October 1st, that portfolio has already started moving one way or the other. So that's the whole plan. That is our Uptober 5K portfolio. And we're looking at that towards the end of the show today, because we're probably going to add maybe Caspa. So we'll see. Any opportunities today? You got Aave down 6.85%. Definitely doing a little bit of a correction here. Maker, Mantra, Beam both down in the 3%. You got Immutable down almost 2% today to $1.76. Just like to see that thing went back up yesterday. That was nice. Caspa down almost 2%, a little over 1.5%, actually 16 cents. So see, that was the one that we're looking at later today in the in the later part of the numbers section here. So here we go. Let's look on the weekly here. On the weekly, Caspa down 6%. So that's why it's one of those things where it's like, this might be like, because if crypto starts ripping, this is going to start, it is going to start turning around. I mean, unless the fundamentals have changed, something's wrong, which I don't believe so. There seems to be a very strong community. It's very active. They're very vocal. And so let's see what happens, right? And so the whole idea of, going from this, $4 billion market cap, the potential, where it's going, I'm not really sure, but let's take a look and see what the all-time high is. 16 cents. You've got a 24, almost $25 billion total, 25 billion total supply, max supply 28.7. So you got 4 billion more to go. Not absolutely horrible. I mean, it's a lot of coins, but not terrible. All-time high was 20 cents. So it's sitting at 16 cents. So it's only 22% away from all-time high. That's actually not that bad when you think about it. So might be time to really consider putting in some Caspa to the portfolio, specifically for our Uptober run. All right, let's look at, is that everything on CoinMarketCap? I believe so, right? We looked at our losers, our winners on the day. We looked at things that were up and down on the week. Yep. All right, let's move on over to Dex Tools, guys. And if there's any coins you want to see me chart, all you got to do is drop a comment down below, and I will, when we get to TradingView, which is going to be after this Dex Tool stuff. We can look at some of your coins, things that you guys want to see. All right, here we go. Here's our friends at Pussy Monster. As you guys know, this is a meme coin on Solana. They've got merch, comics, all that stuff. It's two superhero cats. Seems to be respecting the trend line all the way since July. So love to see that. There is some still activity. It is not dinosaur tailed out. This is the daily chart. So we do still see some pumps. There are some exposure questions that I believe still loom about people who were given coins early on that were free. And I think that's, I was told when you see a lot of those dumps, that's what that represents, is that there are people with some hidden wallets that's from early on that are still kind of doing some of their dumping. And so once that exposure rate, and we'll talk to Justin and the team and those guys, probably in a few weeks here soon. But once we get a really good indication that that exposure rate is much lower than it was ever thought it was, then we'll be probably moving in the right direction. But it's been kind of ranging in this zone here since early August. So check it out. It's none of these are endorsements to buy anything. They're projects that I enjoy looking at, that I'm in a community of, and that I think have very, very long-term potential in this space, because you've got a lot of bullshit, and then you've got a lot of genuine people that are doing real things, that are trying to benefit their community, their local community, something that means a lot to them, whatever it may be. And I know that this is one of those projects, and so that's why I support it. Here we go. Cleaned up my wallets the last few days, and it's tempting just to stick a few I love. That's true. That was, I did that a few weeks ago. I started shifting some things around, cleaning up some wallets, and that was good. This is also probably a really good time to get yourself a brand new crispy wallet, never been touched, never been connected to a contract, no NFTs, no none of that stuff. Give yourself a fighting chance going through the bull one with a freshie. Give yourself a freshie. You owe it to yourself. Give yourself a freshie. Come on now. What else we got here on our list that we want to look at? We got Gotti. Ooh, like to see this. Shout out to my Gotti fam. Gotti fam in the house every day. As you guys know, on the Web3 Breakfast Show, we're giving away Gotti at least $200. A 500 on Friday has the potential to double in value when we reach 1,000 people in the space. Also, Gotti burns the double amount of, regardless, they burn the double amount of what we give away. So if we give away a half, they burn one, which is pretty cool. So let's get in the habit of getting 1,000 people into the morning show so we can give away more money. We can also burn more tokens and make it even more of a deflationary token. I love that. Let's go. But as you know, this thing has ripped up. It ripped up quick on a supply shock pump when a lot of meme coin activity was happening at 4,400, has seen a lot of sell-off. People, attention spans, people move on, no big deal. But there's another one. The founder, M-Kid, comes to the show every day. Monday through Friday, he is in the show, hanging out, chatting with us. And so that is someone, he has put some faith and trust in us doing these giveaways with him every day. And so I'm riding with him, and that project, absolutely. You talk about Bitcoin being, the selling point is the rarity. Oh, there's only 21 million. They started with 50,000 tokens. And the goal is to burn it down to be 600 times more rare than Bitcoin. And I think it's like 565% there right now. And so this thing has just been, we call it the Gotti Inferno. It's just been out of control, trying to not only reward the community of the Web3 Breakfast by doing the giveaways, but by rewarding the entire community of the token by doing the burns, making it deflationary. And so everybody wins every single day, kind of thing. So check it out. Love the Gotti team, community, all that stuff. Plus, I think we got to get the Gotti girls thing going pretty soon. Even though I'm not one, I've got the ability to I think connect all of, because the giveaways, I would say we're still riding like a 70-something% female win ratio on the morning giveaways. And so I could very easily just go through all those DMs, pick those people out, and see if they want to join a group called the Gotti Girls, and see if they're still holding, obviously. But I know that there's some interest before, so we'll see. We shall see. All right, Brett Gold, like to see this one up 5.8% today. Clicking into it shows a little bit different number, but right here on the right side there, this one, Doodlegenic is obviously going to be fighting for Karate Combat. I think it's Salt Lake City, which, by the way, coming up very soon. I cannot wait to go. I've got a wedding in October over the weekend of my daughter's birthday, which is October 5th, coming back, and then pretty much heading straight to Salt Lake. I cannot wait to be out there interviewing fighters, doing fight commentary for the channel, doing all this stuff, and just being out there present. So be on the lookout for that, Salt Lake City. I've got a number of friends that are fighting there as well. We got Harley. We've got Postmaster, who's fighting Heck the Sneck. We've got Doodlegenics is fighting. There's more. There's more. David Hoffman is fighting. My goodness, I know that there's more fights that we know. Anyway, it's going to be wild. If you guys have not been to a karate combat fight yet, make sure you check it out. All right. See, it's that's permissionless too, so you can kill a couple birds with one stone. Right. I know PETA don't roast me over the coals for that one. It's just an expression, but what you can do is you can go out for permissionless, and you can also see the karate combat fights. You can do some networking, hang out, learn some stuff, have a good time. I will be there. A number of people are going to be there. Is going to be a great time. So, all of that to say, Brett Gold, you got Keith Berry, and you got Doodlegenics, and then you got Brett Gold, the actual account guy. You've got that's a CTO. They do a lot of stuff in the combat sports, and so friends of mine, the real people working their ass off to try to bring this thing with partnerships. They got cannabis partnerships, they got coffee partnerships, they got all sorts of things that are coming down the pipeline. So those are real people doing real things, and so I appreciate, again, people that take over failed projects because of someone, whether it was, and I don't know the reason of the CTO, whether it was a full dev rug or if it was just incompetency, whatever it ended up being. All I know is you got good people at the helm, and that's what we support. Squid Grow, shout out to my team, Squid Grow fam. Jeep, jeep. I don't think that's what a squid sounds like. I don't know why I made that noise. That was absolutely terrible. I'm going to get this chart off the daily because it does look pretty bad. That looks a little bit better. There was the merge. Since the merge, I feel like a lot of the people that had bought tokens leading up to it, thinking that they were going to be giga rich, and then moving on to something else. I mean, obviously, crypto's got the attention span of a hamster, and so that was that quick sell off after the merge. Because as you can see, this chart is very fresh. But things will come back. A lot of things in the movements. I know Shibtoshi. I know Tina. I know a lot of the team over there at Squid Grow. A lot of you guys do too. There are a lot of familiar faces here in crypto. And so the whole idea is that, again, we invest in people, right? And I'm investing in that entire team, especially Shibtoshi. He's got Silent Swap. They've got Silent Swap coming out and a lot of other things that they're going to be doing with Squid Grow. So be on the lookout. Again, these aren't endorsements to buy anything. These just to add to your look. This is just on my DEX tools. I just add them as a star so that when I'm on here, I can say, oh, how's this doing? You never know when you might have a little dry powder. Maybe the dip happens and you're like, you know what? I'm going to scoop up a couple coins. You never know. That's the whole point. That's why we go through these things, because I love you guys and I want to see you win. So smash the fucking like button if you want to win in crypto. If you want to be a crypto millionaire, you better smash the fucking like button. And if you're watching on X, you better hit the fucking the heart. And I'll show you this right now because it is so easy. And you guys are just so terrible at it, like wretched, terrible. All right, let's go. Let's get into my account, get off the burner account. Everybody's got a burner account, right? If you don't have a burner account in crypto, what are you doing? You got to be able to troll some people in private. All right, let's turn the volume down so we don't blow it up. All right, so here we go. You are open. What? Open live video. All right. So here you are. You're watching like this. Sorry for the glare. There you go. You're watching the video. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Like, so you're watching there. There's no thing. Then you go like this. Bada boomski. Down here, you got you could leave a comment. You could repost it. You could like it. There you go. Boom. Hit that. It turns pink. Then there you go. And then like live chats down there, you can be like, hey, yo. Look at that. That was easy, man. That was freaking easy. And then you just like turn your phone back like this and you're back to the show. It's that easy, guys. I appreciate you. And if you're watching on your computer, I'm sure it's a little bit different, but probably not terribly hard. So there is that. Those are the coins that we wanted to look at on DEX tools. Make sure this is probably the guy who's Billy McFarland. Yep. That's who I fought. I love you guys. You guys are great. I love the chat, man. The YouTube chat going like crazy. There we go. Yeah, make sure you guys get your stars accounts. If you want to learn a little bit more about some of the smaller NFT ecosystems, Carrie, one of our amazing community members, has been at the helm of NF Tuesdays the last couple of weeks, getting people information on Stargaze, Cosmos. Today we were talking about all sorts of cool things that are happening in the ecosystem there on some other chains. And so, guys, make sure that you check that stuff out. I'm learning every single day from these guys, and this is really cool. We had some really cool speakers today, so tune in. You could go back and listen to that one. It is great. And so we do Mondays, so we'll just run through this really quick, and then we'll get into our trading view charts. But so Monday on the morning show is brought to you by Crypto Mag. So I'm on the Crypto Mag account. You got Mr. Dude on the Web3 Breakfast account. Tuesdays, NF Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Web3 Gaming Wednesdays. Thursdays, right now, we made the shift this morning. I let the crowd know we have been talking about Bitcoin. However, I think, and like BRC20s and that ordinals and that kind of shit. However, that to me, I think is not as big of an opportunity as RWAs. And so moving forward, shifting Thursday shows to RWA focus. That's the goal. And then Friday, obviously, is our pizza days, our parties. We're going to have a good time on Fridays moving forward. And then, yeah, we'll see how everything else takes shapes. But that's the whole idea. Appreciate you guys tuning into that. And if you've not tuned in, you should definitely give it a shot. I think in a little while from the Web3 Breakfast account, I'll make sure that the link is out for tomorrow morning so people can start signing up for the giveaway. Boom. There we go. I love that you guys are just sending out dicks. The little dicks on is that Stargaze, right? Yeah. There we go. All righty. Oh, and there it was. Carrie, I see that message. So it was Backbone Labs. We gave away 10 SIN tokens. Massive. So it was a cool day today. Definitely appreciate everybody that came in, participated. Again, if you ever want to come up and speak in that show, all you got to do is raise your hand. That's the whole point of that one, fam. Up. Carrie's going to be on the show tonight. Love that. I'll be tuning in, guys. Don't you worry. Looking forward to it. All right, let's look at Trading View. As you know, we're trying to build that portfolio. We'll start it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin down to 64,150 at the moment. And this is what we need to talk about. This right here, you're looking at the weekly chart of Bitcoin. And this thing, let's pull this so we can have a nice big look at this. This is the concern. Now, we do have a green dot today, right? I see that we've got a green dot now for this week. However, you see what this thing has done. This thing has gone up, it's gone down. It's gone up, it's gone down. It's gone up, it's gone down, and it's gone up. And so should we, at this particular moment, is it something that you guys think, I know October is a thing. I know that October is a thing. However, we have just a handful of days for the potential to see a massive correction, right? To come back down and see what is going to happen if we want to retest this support line down here, right? And this is something that AJ had showed me and that I was looking at, and I'm like, I mean, you have to look at these things. Everybody is expecting it to go up. Everyone is expecting it to go up right now, right? We expected a shitty September, and then we expect a pumpy October. Everybody expects that. I think that we might see a violent shake, and I think we'll have to see how this plays out, right? I'm not saying I'm not selling anything. I'm not changing any of my spot positions. If I was trading right now, I would probably not trade until this thing makes some kind of a confirmation. If we're going to bounce, if we're going to rip, who knows? This is the AJ theory. Absolutely. But I don't discredit it, right? I mean, it's very clear if you look at this weekly chart, that is what it's been doing. Now, at some point, we are probably going to break out of this structure into a new structure, and we are very fucking close to that happening right now. And so that's why this is just something to look at, because this right here, this whole zone, if for whatever reason, and look right here, like this thing happened basically in this 1 week, right? This candle right here, this July candle, this last week of July. So we could see next week, boom, take us down there, right? And that would be, in the low 50s. And from that, then we have October. That's I don't see how that could be wrong, right? China will pump liquidity into the market. We think, you hope. I mean, that's kind of the goal, but why? Because they announced it today. I mean, I wouldn't count on China. How can you count on China? How many times have they banned Bitcoin? How many times have they flip-flopped their stance on this stuff? I mean, if it's an opportunity for them to get in and make some money at this particular point, maybe. Nah, it's going to break out of the dino head before October starts. Listen, this is the snake head. You're the dino side. You're the dino guy. I don't want to step on your toes with dino charts, man. I promise you. This right here is the slithering snake. So as you can see, we're going to figure out what's going to happen in this zone, but then, oop, yikes. Hopefully, honestly, like I hope that we just go straight back up and we go to like 80,000. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I hope that we go back down. We have that opportunity for one last chance to fill the bags. It looks like it's going to be one way or the other. I'm not banking on it either way. It would just be nice. And so it's a setup that AJ showed me, and I was like, dang. You can't argue with it. That is actually something that it's done, and it's happened at least that many times since May of this year. All right. Fetch is a coin that we wanted to add to our portfolio. And again, so Bitcoin, we originally anticipated putting $1,000 into our portfolio of the 5K portfolio in Bitcoin. As of right now, we're holding off on that to see what Bitcoin's going to do. If we see that thing drop down into the 100 into the low 50s, for sure, 100%. We will add that in there. Fetch is one that we were looking at before it had its breakout. Now it is on its own new structure line since, really the last couple of days. We were still in this downtrend. I mean, we are on the week chart. This was last week where we saw this thing kind of change out, and that line's not right. So don't pay any attention to it. It's not scientific. It's just if we were probably would have a better. I'm looking at that. If we looked at, yeah. So it was, we had the breakout that took us into a new structure. The graph, as you guys know, is one that we added into the portfolio. We bought it last. Here, when did we buy this? So, and for tracking this, I am using an app called Crypto Pro. It was just free in the App Store, and I know that you don't need to actually connect an account to it. You don't have to do that stuff. You can just put your little paper trades, as I'm, putting in here. They're not actual trades. It's not linked to the exchanges, nothing like that. I just type them in as it happens. And so, as you can see, let's look at our graph. We are up almost $300 on our graph purchase, which is currently up 33.21%. We bought on September 16th. We bought at 13.8. So that one's looking good. The question is, it's very pumpy. That is a big candle. Is it worth taking some profits and seeing what happens, especially if that Bitcoin plays out, right? I think that's something we got to be. That is the booby formation, 100%. The next coin that we were looking at adding, but has since also absolutely ripped. This is when we were tracking this, by the way, is we had seen this thing go up. It was coming down, and we were looking for it. And it was in this candle right here that it did come down. It was the wick. In this candle right here that came into our zone. I was away from my computer. I think this happened. When did this happen? On a Tuesday. And so I know that I was away from my computer. I had gotten the alert. I couldn't get into the trade. And so I could not buy that because it got into our buy zone. I had this thing circled way back there. If this thing drops in our zone again, this is where we're buying, and we fucking missed it. And then you look and see what happens, just like the graph, man. This thing took off. And so we're watching ICP. If this thing sees a little fall from grace, that is definitely going to be something I'll be picking up. But I think, from now, this thing is in a new structure. And so we're going to have to find a new entry point. I don't think we'll ever, unless, again, the entire market takes a shit. I don't think we're going to see, a high $7 price point on ICP before the bull run starts. Injective, same kind of thing. We had a downward trend going, and then as of recently, it broke out of that. A couple days ago. We're watching this thing. It's had some volatility, had some nice wicks on the candles, and so not one that I'm counting out. It was definitely in our hold. Don't think about buying quite yet pile, and so we'll just keep watching it. But it's going to have a great future. And so, and honestly, guys, like, the difference between maybe a buck or two here or there on some of these coins is not going to kill you, depending on where you actually get it and where they're going in the bull run. And, we'll look at projections and all that stuff at some other date. Just want to get through these and just see if there's any opportunities for us to pop into. Jasmy, as you know, was one that we got. That one we had gotten. So it's currently sitting at 2 cents, 228. We had gotten Jasmy at 202. So we've got a little bit of gain on that. We're up 13% on our Jasmy. We're up about 145 bucks. 143.20 is what it's showing me. So Jasmy is one. Like to see this thing keep pumping and keep going. I think this thing. If we look, I think it would have been really, really nice to get that thing under 2 cents. But at the end of the day, getting it basically right at 2 cents is going to be fantastic when this thing absolutely takes off in the bull run. Absolutely takes off in the bull run. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to my YouTube chat. I love you guys. Shout out to the X as well. Let's see. Did you guys move the needle on that like? I'm gonna have to double check you guys. I feel like I'm micromanaging you. You guys don't want me to micromanage you, do you? Open live video. You could do better. You don't like Jasmy. Listen, I am not a long-term believer in Jasmy as the narrative Bitcoin killer. Like, that's not why I'm in it. It was a fantastic entry point. I think it'll probably do really well because of the Japanese culture and where it's going and how it's working there and the idea behind it. And so with that being said, this is going to be a play for this portfolio for me. It is not one of my long-term conviction plays. It was one that I had gotten at a great entry point, in my opinion. And so that's where I'm at on Jasmy. Is that we are just going to be trading this one for this portfolio. So when we see some more gains, like say we see this thing get up to 4 or 5 cents, we'll probably cut it loose. So hopefully that happens in October, and we'll get something else, right? We'll just add it to something else. And again, there's always the potential to just tether it off and add it to a leverage trading account on Femex. All right, let's look at Caspa. This is one that I tweeted today. Everything is fucking pumping, and this is not. It's down 2% today. A lot of people love this thing. A lot of people say it's going to go it's going to go places, right? Well, if we look at some of our historical supports and resistance levels, like we're sitting at a support level right now, potential to plunge down through this and get it at a 14.5 cent level. That sounds wonderful to me. We'll see where this goes, but that is one that I am actually ready to make a purchase on the moment that I feel like that it's not going to go down anymore. And so I'm going to be watching this one like a hawk. We can put this one even on a shorter time frame. Let's put this one on a 30-minute. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what it's telling us. You got a little green dot down here on market cipher B. Always a good sign. It could be starting a new trend up. You never know. You just never know when the turnaround is going to happen. However, I think if we were to look at this, it's clear that we are still, with the exception of, say, like this right there, we're still in a downward trend, right? So it broke out, but then it came right back down to earth. And so let's figure out where things are. I would love to get this thing a little bit lower, but pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. I'm going to make a decision. Is, 1.5 cents, is that worth missing the whole thing like a missed SWE? And we'll talk about that one in a second. Here's another one that I feel like we missed out on. And this is NEAR. And I love you. You guys love NEAR. I know I'm always seeing you're talking about it in the chat ski. We'll go to the daily on this one. But this one obviously broke way out of the structure. We were looking, obviously, here was our triangle of love, and we were looking at this one, and it has just since gone from 414 up to 530. Missed it, but I know a lot of you guys in the chat got this one. You know what I mean? So that's Dougie Doug. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Go have a great dinner. Have a good evening. Ciao for now, my bro. All right. Let's go. So Near's one we're gonna wait on. Obviously, I don't buy pumps, so we'll wait and see if this thing comes back towards this new trend line. And see, this could also even be this could be the trend line. Wait, why is that down there? This should be here. And let's put this. So this could be here. This could be here so that we hit more candles, and we just call that a little bit of an outlier activity. This would probably make a little bit more sense because it followed that a little bit better, but just be on the high side of things. Who knows? So the Near is one that I'm going to be watching and try to get something a little bit closer to this. So what we can do is set an alert. Let's see, crossing the trend line once per bar. Create. Okay, so we got an alert for that. So if that thing comes back down to the trend line, we'll get a little alert ski. Pith is one that is just now starting to break out of its triangle of love, and so this is one that we are watching like a hawk now too. It's had some great activity in the last several days. If you look back historically, there's probably some pretty good price action that this thing was getting into. Let's see, come down here, baby, come down. Over $1, and it's at 34 cents. Let's see. Let's take this one on the weekly. We can zoom it. So as you can see, still in like these rounded things like this is hard. This is like a bullshit line. I know this is bullshit. Don't get mad at me. It's a bullshit line. It's just to prove that it's just a visual. If this was like something, I would be able to grab it right here and pull it and it'll round. AJ showed me it's like there's like a way to do it where you basically go to like the no, that's not what I want. It's this one that I want. It's like you basically go to the points and you make like a rounded one like that. And so this one looks like, honestly, Pith looks like it's getting ready to move. It's like that was the snake, right? Now it's the coil pattern. And so, it's getting ready to complete the cup and handle, maybe, if you will. I don't know. And so that's one that I think it's about time to get into like immediately. And so Pith is going to be one. Pith and Caspa are going to be two that within the next couple hours I'm going to be watching and probably making a purchase on. Render, this one broke out of our earlier kind of time frames and schedules that we had, looking at the triangle of love that this thing's sitting in now right here, where we got some historical support right here. If we pull the trend obviously down right here, we're in it right now, where this could be something where we either break out or we get sent back down. If we get sent back down into the $5 range, I will be looking for that. Actually wrote that, put that into the video that went out today on YouTube. So if you guys have not seen that, my gosh. Actually, so let me just check something over here on my YouTube, on my X account. Let's see, profile. Whoa, a toddler caught drinking beer at a Texas game. Sounds about right. All right, so yeah, so pinned to the top of the JChains X account is the link to a YouTube video about Render. I just put it out today. This thing is, man, I want Render so bad. I think this is going to be absolutely massive in the future. Everything that they've got going on. You got, AI, you've got the decentralized computing, you've got, the Apple partnership, all these things. And it's just this is the way we're going, right? And the ability of what they've got, the capacity, the scalability, Render is going to be massive, and I feel like it might be. This is one that I'm watching like a hawk, because if this thing breaks out, it's going to run. But if it breaks down, then we'd like to get it a little bit cheaper. So take a look at that video if you will. It is again pinned to the JChains My X account. So check it out. You guys know where to find that. And if you don't, come on, man. All right. Solana. I like Solana. Solana looks like if this is, that's not what I want here. Let's go back here. Looking at the Solana chart again, this is the weekly from this particular point here, and this is back in July. This is just, this is not like wildly accurate, right? Again, this is just, let's look at some activity. Let's look at some support. Let's look at some resistance levels. Let's just kind of see where things have been. You can trace this all the way back to April. We've been kind of going this little up and down, up and down, up and down, probably on our way back up. I would love to see us test 200 again. My God. I know that the writing is on the wall for like probably like, man, $500. Is that too much? Am I too bullish? What is your guys' price prediction on Solana? 500? Is that too bullish? Am I too bullish on that? Is it going to be over 1,000? I would like to say over 1,000, but I think you guys would. That's not something I'm officially wanting to say. I think 500 sounds good for now, and then we'll look at some other things. And so Solana, no bull run bag should be complete without some Solana. And then this way you can also participate in the Solana ecosystem, like get yourself some Gotti and some of the other tokens that we got over there that we're friends with. Sweet, my God, did I miss the boat on this fucker? Jesus Christ. At this point, I am just going to watch this thing run, and then this is the one that I get to complain about forever. So that's it. Unless we see the big dip, the big Bitcoin thing that I was talking about. But I don't know. I mean, this thing just won't stop. It's like I'd see it. It's just like one day it's like, okay, all right, maybe I should just get some. It's like, nah, it'll retrace. This thing is not retracing. This thing is just, let's look at the daily and look at this thing. Look at this. Since the beginning of September, since the beginning of bloody September, we have gone, here's September 1st. Let's look at here. It's up 121% in the month of September. I got those. Oh my gatos. Well, here's the deal. We're just gonna have to wait for SWE to come back down to earth if it ever does. I hate buying pumps. I would, with my luck, and everybody feels the same way. I'm probably extremely sure that when you go ahead and you finally say, you know what, fuck it, it's $1.66, I'm buying it. The moment you do that, it's gonna dip. That's just what happens. And so I'm holding off for now. I'll be the sacrificial lamb for all of you SWE holders. I will do that. And then maybe one day I'll decide to buy, and then we'll see what happens. VeChain, that's another video that I posted the other day. I posted that one yesterday. VeChain, if you haven't watched that one, make sure you check it out. I'm going to try to be posting a video every single day now about a coin. So check those out. Let me know what you think. If you've got any projects that you want to see a token video about, let me know. Love SWE, but the tokenomics suck. Yeah, I mean the tokenomics, the constant unlock. It also has me living in fear about some other coins like Ondo, which we know January is set to just be a massive unlock. Holy smokes, 134%. But at the end of the day, let's see what happens the rest of this year before some coins pump early ahead of the bull run. Right. It might just be SWE, and it may just not actually, it might just get its time in the light, and then it'll be other coins. And so don't feel like you missed it. There'll be plenty of opportunities. My goodness. There is an opportunity every single day in crypto. VeChain, something to look at. VFam, make sure you watch that video too. XRP, I'll tell you what, man, this thing is back to being a stable coin. You can see we are ranging between 60 and 57 cents basically for most of this last couple weeks. And so this is another one we should probably add to the portfolio before things go massive. We know what's going to happen to XRP in the bull run. We know what's going to happen with it. And so it may be something to just consider. Now's the opportunity, the calm before the storm, if you will. Like I know that we're waiting for one. Are they going to appeal or whatever? But at the end of the day, XRP is going to be massive, and if you get it at 52 cents down here, if you did get it at 52 cents, or even got it at the wick down here at 50 cents, shout out to you. Or even at this one. Whoa, what was this one? Oh, this was the big wick, right? Yeah. The low on this was 43 cents. Shout out to you if you got XRP at 43 cents. But at the end of the day, $589. That's a never going to happen. Just so you know, never going to happen. Maybe $5.89. Oh shit! It happens actually be $5.89 right now. That is ridiculous. $5.89, 58 cents, almost 59 cents. $5.89. That's stupid. That's just, come on. How does that happen? Corey doesn't think XRP is going to run. I bet you. I bet you something. The weirdest non-beard experience so far. Just the way that the motorcycle feels when I ride it in the morning. It just, the wind hits differently on your face than when it gets through your beard. It's just different. Bum, 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 bum. And the last one I want to look at, I'm going to probably, so I wonder if I want to make an investment outside of the portfolio, or if I should do it for the portfolio and put 1,000 in the karate app. Because if I were to put 1,000 in the karate app and buy some karate token, I could do some really good up only voting for the Salt Lake City event. And then we can see what that nets us, and that can just be considered a good investment. And hopefully hopefully the karate token goes up. Now, if you guys noticed, I posted today something about the karate token. We did a little analysis of this, kind of like what we're looking at, and you look at some of the volume profiles, and you look at some of the other metrics over on TradingView here, and you look at the karate token. I've got that. We've got it's almost a 16% increase this week. You look at the moving averages; it's well below. However, they are starting to get some strength below it. We have definitely floored out at this level that we're at the 0005. I believe, is that where? Yeah, 0005. I mean, the where we're at seems to be pretty good. And then, obviously, we don't want to be calling it a reversal quite yet, but the whole idea of what Karate Combat is doing, the exposure that it's getting, the amount of users every single month, and they do their events every single month, are just getting bigger and bigger, and the amount of karate token that's wagered is just getting more and more every time. I know the tokenomics are not the best. That's something that I'm starting to put together, kind of the metrics for a video now of this, and so I it is an inflationary token for the next couple years, I believe, while the league grows. And that's how they handle the up only wagering, because you can't lose, right? You can't, you're not going to lose tokens. And so what they have to do is create a snapshot before every event and know how many tokens they're working with, so that they can at least have whatever the payout amount is for those. And so, they do mint new tokens for some of those purposes, from what I understand. But I got to look at all the tokenomics, and I will soon. But I'm a firm believer that if this league got big enough, that wouldn't quite matter. That I think that the capacity could outweigh that the tokenomic issue. But until we break it down, I'm not saying absolutely anything bad about Karate Combat. I love the organization. I fought for them. Obviously, didn't win my fight, as you guys know, but I'm not a pro fighter. I am a pro fighter, but it's not my career, so it doesn't break my heart. I will go out and beat the shit out of who I fight next, and I will be 1-1, and then I will fight again, beat the shit out of who I fight. Then I'll be 2-1, and at that point, maybe I'll retire a 2-1 fighter, or maybe I'll keep going. I have no idea. However, fight training starts very soon, because I probably got a box in Dubai in December. So let's see. You got 913 in the last fights, made like 150 karate. That's awesome. Depending on how many you were actually going with, I had gotten 8. I got 8 right, because 2 of the fights don't count because of the no contest. So I got 8 right. So you got 1 more than I did. And then I was voting with quite a few tokens. So I think I ended up making like 4,000 or 6,000 tokens. Where Karate Combat, it would tell me. Let's see where you get your activity. Karate, receive. What? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But so that the whole idea is if I make $1,000 investment into the karate token right now while shit's low, and do the up only voting, like, if Corey, and do the up only voting, we have the potential to probably make a good amount of karate token that then would make our portfolio look like we're doing the right thing. And obviously it's growth every month. And if you look at this chart, and again, if you look down here at like market cipher B, we do see like the money flows red and all that stuff. We do start to see that things are going up. If you look at the chart here, again, it's like one of those charts where we could be forming the second wall of the cup. We could be going way up here. So who knows? All I know about the Karate Combat Organization and token. Again, we talk about some of the organizations that we invest in, the people that we like. This was an opportunity that I think it's crypto's first professional sport. It's massive, right? It's built on HBAR. I will suggest if you want to buy the karate token and you want to participate in the app, get it through HBAR. Do not buy the Ethereum version. You can go onto a web app and do some things, but it's not as user intuitive. That comes from Dave, only LARPing's co-founder of Karate Combat. So literally just buy it through HBAR, whether it's through an exchange that you can get on HBAR and then send it to the app or whatever you need to do. Do not do it through Ethereum. You're going to have to do swaps and bridges and all that stuff, and it's not going to be easy, and it's not recommended. So make sure you go in via HBAR. So I know you can get it on Femex. I just recently bought a whole bunch I got to send over. So that may end up being what we do is we just buy $1,000 of karate and try to really, because there's a lot of things that you can do from that, right? Like think about how cool this if we build if we build it up and we get into the rankings and say we do very well, we win. You win usually like VIP pit tickets. Well, those are things that I can give to my community because like I'm usually there anyway. I'll be doing some media for them. I'll be there covering the events anyway. And so these are things that now can be an experience where maybe you come with me or whatever. And so let's make sure you can also delegate your tokens. And so we'll be setting that up when everything goes live for Salt Lake City. So. Well, shit, that's it, man. We went a little long. Hope you guys are right. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure you smash the like, hit the heart, do the things. We did a tutorial. If you are watching on X, it's not that hard. Just twitch your phone, hit the heart, and then if you guys are watching on YouTube, I assume the ratio. I'll just look at it really quick, but I assume it's spot on. Spot on. It's showing me that there's no likes on it, so I assume that's probably accurate. No one's watching and no one likes it. But to the 177 of you that are actually 180 of you that are watching the show, I definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure that you smash the like on your way out. Make sure you hit the heart if you are watching on X. We'll be back at 9 a.m. Eastern for Web3 breakfast tomorrow. Come join us. It is Web3 Gaming Day. I'm sure we'll be talking about all sorts of fun stuff, everything that's happening in the space. And so let's see on Phantom Wallet. Maybe you guys are talking about something else. I don't know, Mr. Mayo, if you're asking me about something with Phantom Wallet, hit me in the DMs because I'm not sure. But either way, I love you guys. Have a great night. Ciao for now. See you in the morning. Be great. Do great things and have some amazing tacos for dinner tonight because it is Taco Tuesday. Ciao for now, my friends. Peace.